Alright guys, so today is currently December 1st, 2024, and I know I am a little bit late in terms of making this trade recap, and that was because I have a lot of group projects and presentations that I had to do for university, and I still have another one in 2 days, so I've kind of been focusing on that, and on top of that I do have work, so there's been a lot on my plate, and I'm just trying to juggle it all at once. So yeah, I mean, let's just get into it. Basically, this past week, I took one trade and it resulted in a $705 win. As you can see here, my history, this is the $705 win. And let's just get into the charts and I'll talk about my thought process. So basically, here on NASDAQ, we took this trade on Wednesday, November 27th. And basically what I saw was that we had a 1 hour sweep. Alright, actually initially when the market opened, I was looking for price to potentially take out this area of buy side up here, but instead price just dumped all the way down, right? And we got an hourly sweep, and during this area over here was when I was like, okay, you know what, price displays pretty low, I'm looking to target this hourly low right here. And eventually we actually did sweep this one down here as well. But once we got this hourly sweep, we went into the 1 minute to look for a break of structure. And right here is when I took the trade. So as you can see, price slowly started continuing higher a little bit. We made a swing high, displaced higher. And on the 5 minute, there was a fair value gap right over here. And that's where I set my limit order. So initially, the limit order, well, I was trying to make 1,000, but we ended up with 700. And for this trade, when I did place the trade, I didn't have a stop loss active because I didn't want to get stopped out right away. And once I saw price slowly start to continue higher, that's when I added the stop loss, right? And I know this risk to reward was really bad, but you know, because we are nearing the end of the month, I was willing to risk more because, you know, if I did lose, then I'll just, like, regardless, I'll have to spend the monthly fee for this challenge, right? So I decided to risk more. And as you can see here, I was targeting a fair value gap right up here, but we never got to that point. I think with Top Step, I'm not sure if this is a thing or not. Correct me if I'm wrong, but basically after the day ends, or like the daily trading cycle ends, we get liquidated out of our positions. Which is why in the previous video, I thought, like, when I did think I was still in the trade, I was actually out, right? So that's what I think happened here. You know, obviously, had we been able to hold the trade for longer, we would have hit this area up here. But you know what? $705 is not light on this challenge, at least. And we're currently sitting on the account at $1,612 up. So yeah, I mean, we're more than halfway through the challenge, and I'm pretty excited to see what December has for us. So yeah, and for this trade, like, the maximum I would have risked was like a 1-to-1, so something like this down here. And plus, like, obviously we're not just kind of gambling this, right? This stop loss right here, because we're following a strategy, right? And if I do believe price will go a certain way following the strategy, then I'm willing to risk more, right? I think we also had SMTs right over here. So yeah, an SMT formed after I entered the trade, which gave me more confidence in, you know, holding the position, or in that price would continue higher. Anyways, guys, that'll be all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And there's also a link in the description below for a free Discord server. I look forward to seeing you guys there. So I guess some final thoughts for, I guess, the end of November. This month has been like a pretty good month. Not gonna lie. Something definitely clicked, I guess. You know, I do know, like, a bunch of traders say that, like, they have this aha moment, or like this this moment where everything just clicked, right? And I feel like there's definitely more to come, but I feel like this month was definitely the first month where everything kind of just made sense, right? It felt like this entire past year was a blur, and then bam, November came and everything just clicked. Or maybe it's just because, the whole election, the market's good, it's in a good area, right? For price to move. But yeah, I gotta say, this month just felt like everything clicked. And I mean, today is already December, and I find it so crazy how I'll just say it's 1 year, right? In 1 year, a lot has changed. And after this past month, like after November, it just feels like really good. Like after coming this far into my journey, I'm finally seeing some results. And I mean, there were definitely times during this past year where I felt like giving up. I actually felt lost, I think. I think somewhere around February when I first started this channel, like I genuinely felt lost. And I don't know if this feeling of like euphoria is amplified just because this whole journey is my life goal. Alright, or at least one of my life goals. Like being able to pursue something you're passionate about. It feels really good, right? And especially when you're seeing some progress, right? I mean, this is only the beginning, and I'm very excited for what's to come. And I 100% know that for a fact next year things will be different. Things will definitely be different. Now I just gotta remind myself not to get too high on my highs or too low on my lows. But yeah, I mean, that'll be all for now. For those of you guys who are on the same journey as me, don't give up. If trading is something you genuinely want to pursue, you have to put in the work and you have to keep going. Right? And honestly, that goes for anything, right? And through documenting this journey, I just want to tell you guys that it is 100% possible. If you want to do this for living, or even on the side, and you want to find success in it, it is 100% possible. You honestly just have to put in the time and effort into it. Like, it's not going to happen overnight unless you guys are one of the lucky few. But I definitely wasn't. And I must say, being passionate for this craft has definitely gotten me through the hard times, right? And I guess it just shows that, like, obviously, I'm not going to say I wasn't in it for the money. The money is definitely a major part of it. But, like, to a certain extent, I mean, there was like a time during this past year where I think I took like 16 losses in a row. I just couldn't stop losing, right? And yeah, I mean, I think like at least for those losses, I was on a funded account, but there was, I think, another big loss that I took that was on my live account during the beginning of the year. And yes, it kind of bummed me out, but I didn't quit, right? And I think it's because I genuinely like trading, right? It's one thing if you don't like trading, because like if you're losing money and you don't even have a passion for it, you know, it could be really discouraging. But yeah, I mean, I just want to let you guys know this is possible. So yeah, I guess that'll be it for now, guys. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.